I am a loud starter. Classic loud starter. I will, multiple times in my life, I've posted, I think, on Instagram, pictures of before and after my first workout, and that lasts for about 4 days, and then you never hear from me again.
I'm the opposite. I'm like a sneaky starter. Yeah.
And that's one. Okay, so sneaky starter. I like
Sneaky starter.
sneaky starter. that could go sideways real quick.
I will be silently working on stuff nobody knows about for months.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Silently working on things. I want to promote quiet quitting, but in a different way. I just visited with a friend of mine, and somehow the topic of alcohol got brought up because this friend of mine, he used to work at a brewery. He made recipes, and that brewery was like a large local brewery where he lived, and they wound up using his recipes for small runs. Like, he was in beer culture, hardcore, like not just I drink, but like into it, and like making the different flavors and all that. Like, he could talk to you about the barley and whatever forever. And the topic of alcohol got brought up while we were hanging out, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not drinking right now," and I didn't know it about him, and he hadn't been drinking for weeks, like, and he hadn't said anything to anybody about it.
Yeah.
And so I kind of asked him, I was like, "Well, what's the, if you don't mind me asking, because it was such a big deal."
Does he still work in the alcohol industry?
Oh. No, but he's like, yeah, I just found myself making excuses for drinking, and I thought I got too caught up in the culture. And he's like, not that I'm an alcoholic and never, not that thing, but like, it doesn't do me any good.
Yeah.
He said. So it's like, I kind of was like, it's not doing me any good. It's not really a healthy habit. I'm going to quit it for a while just because.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the kind of quiet quitting that I'm into. The idea of toxic people, toxic behaviors, toxic relationships.
Yeah.
Not announcing and airing out all your dirty laundry on all the social media, but just, I'm not doing that anymore. And just not doing it.
I'm definitely like that with people. I ghost people. Like, if the relationship doesn't serve me and I don't even want to have a conversation about it, they're just not going to hear from me anymore.
I've been a victim of this ghosting a time or two, but we've known each other a long time.
That's a lie.
So, well, in lieu of that, probably the most toxic habit that I have right now, probably in my life, it's been my hobby for a long time, is competitive gaming. There's a particular game I've played for in my downtime, my TV time, for like 7 or 8 years, and I've gotten to like the elite circle of playing this game, where like you've got this thing in ranked of this game, you've got what's called masters, and then the only thing above masters is grandmasters, which is like the top 50 players who play the game.
Grandmaster.
No, I am not a grandmaster. Grandmaster Sensei. I am not a grandmaster. I do have friends who stream the game and stuff like that, and they are GMs, as they call them, or whatever. But I got to masters, which is the top 2% basically of anybody, of the so many million people who play this game, that I'm one of those. And that was really cool. It's cool to be in part of something at like the elitist level, like, because there's no room for error and all that. But you don't get anything out of it. You're convinced that it's important because of the dopamine and the rush you get out of it. And they give you these non-tangible rewards. Oh, you get a banner that when you log in, it says blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
it's like people that spend actual real-life money on Candy Crush.
Candy Crush Champion!
That's crazy.
There was the app, Clash of Clans. At one point, it's a free game you download on your phone. At one point, they were making $1 million a day in in-game purchases. People were buying the like, you had to build stuff in that, so they were just speeding it up by buying it or whatever. Like, it was nuts. By the time this video gets out, I will have quietly quit competitive gaming for probably over a week, with the idea of maybe more than that, depending on when we get to edit this, but with the idea of it's not doing me any good.
Yeah.
I enjoy the relationships from some of the relationships I've got from that, like being involved in that community. There's a few people that are like, hey man, what's up, when you see them online, and that's awesome. And so it doesn't mean that I won't use my TV time to get back online and chat with those guys and stuff, but the competitive gaming, I'm taking a indefinitely long sabbatical from it, and have been now for a few days, and using that time for other stuff, like creating YouTube shorts, hanging out with my kids more, hanging out with my wife, and just as sort of a social experiment, seeing what happens to me, what I like better, what I don't like better.
I think, okay, I'm not saying there's not girl gamers, especially now there's more girl gamers than ever.
Yeah.
But mostly it is a man thing who
has been for a long time, male dominated for sure.
Yeah. And I think a lot of women would prefer their men to quiet quit gaming.
Well, and see, that's a part of the experiment. Like, I'm in a healthy marriage. Totally healthy marriage, and I put my kids first. You know, I'm active in their sports and all this stuff. We're a team. You know, we're a team that works together and we promote each other. But I'm wanting to see if there are any trickle down effects from just kind of removing this element from my life that are in my marriage, my kids, professional life, you know, YouTube channel, whatever else. I'm just wanting to see what happens and how long it takes for those to manifest those differences. It could be just 2 weeks and then I'm seeing a productivity in XYZ, or it could be 30 days and I'm like, not much has changed, but I'll know. You know, and I'll have that, be able to share that with other people and say, hey, if you really want to quiet quit, here's how you do it. Just pick some bad habit you have or some toxic people in your life and just be like, me, I'm just going to secretly and sneakily, as you say, just kind of walk away from that, not say anything about it.
As far as the quitting games things, like women preferring their husbands to do that, my husband only plays one game and it's not all the time. But the reason I don't like him to play it is because, not because it takes time from anything. He has like real hobbies too. It's the emotional thing. When he gets angry at a game, it just permeates the house.
He's always angry.
No, like it just, you can hear him in there hollering at the game and I'm like, oh, I don't want to deal with this. Like it changes his mood.
I will say that is one thing in some of the like the little casual games that we play. If you get a group of 6 dudes or whatever and they're playing, there's always smack talk. And because I don't like to cuss people out and stuff like that, I use creative ways to smack talk. One of my go-tos is like, oh, he got me. He's probably going to write in his journal about it tonight, guys. Get ready. Just random weird stuff. I think my wife hates hearing that.
Yeah.
She hates hearing me get in sort of like that cocky attitude or whatever, you know, which you have to be. If you're going to be in that circle, it's so much testosterone, so much machismo. Like we've talked about, I think a lot of people use those outlets as outlets for their aggression that they don't take out in the world, that you kind of have to either defend yourself with like quick wit and whatever, or they just walk all over you and be like, oh, we don't mean it, man. It's all good fun. You know, so you kind of have to push back a little bit, and I think she can't stand that. I do think she'd probably be like, boys, let's go in the bedroom and shut all the doors in the city and like, you know, like put on noise-canceling headphones so we don't have to hear Dad. Like
gaming is different from when you was in high school. I wonder what it's going to be like when your kids are in high school.
VR. It's going to be like Ready Player One.
Where
you've got like the belts and like
that was a good movie,
the
by the way.
omnidirectional treadmills. It's one of those movies that like, I wouldn't say that it has like deep substance. But it's one of those movies that there's something going on all the time, and you're like,
there was like a hero thing to it, and I think that's important.
It is a sort of a classic hero's journey.
Yeah.
But in terms of deep substance, I was like, you could watch it. I watch it on the airport all the time. If I'm on the airport, but I'm in the plane, and I know I'm not gonna be able to finish a movie. I've got like an hour.
That's your go-to movie.
I've got like an hour or 40 minutes. It's like I know I'm gonna see the coolest stuff on the planet. I'm gonna see Godzilla and I'm gonna see the DeLorean and all that stuff. It's just a visual like buffet, and I just was like, I love it. It's great. I'll sit here and watch it when I'm done. Doesn't matter. I didn't finish it. I know how it ends. I've seen it before. It's a good movie, but it's one of those you can watch without having to finish it, you know, see the whole narrative from start to finish. But I do think that's what it's going to look like. If you like this clip from the Not Gospel Studios YouTube channel, don't forget to share. Click on one of the other links and videos. You can find them here and here, and subscribe. I think it's down here. Tell your friends about us. Tell them that it's healthy, that it's vegan, and all of those things. Keep being awesome, because that's how God made you.